Hello, this is Dylan Toe from Everlook Photography, and today we're doing another 2-minute tutorial. Today it's about blending twilight exposures using lighten mode. So it's important to note that if you're going to attempt something like this, your tripod cannot move during the exposures, otherwise it'll look pretty odd. So I've got this exposure taken just on sunset with a 6-stop ND filter, a couple of minutes duration for the blurring of the clouds, and then later on, about half an hour later on, all the street lights came on. So you want to blend all of the light stuff with the original image with that nice color in the sky. So Control A to copy it all, Control C to copy, and do 2 copies of it. So I'll show you why in a second. So get rid of that. And with this bottom layer here, if you change the blend mode here to lighten, what that tells the computer to do is to include stuff on this layer only if it's brighter than the stuff that's at the bottom layer. So you can imagine that the stuff that's going to light up is the stuff along the street. So let's see how well it does that. And you can see it does a pretty good job, but it does do some strange things. Firstly, it makes the sky look pretty weird because there are some bits in the sky that were brighter than in the original. So in order to overcome that, layer mask, black brush, nothing complicated about this at all, and you want to have the original sky in there, so that's all we're doing there. And also there was, despite me having a lens skirt on, there were some reflections getting through, so we'll get rid of that from around the sea, and that's pretty easy. Now the reason why you might want to do the second layer is that let's say there were some bits from the layer that you wanted that were actually darker than the original image, maybe say the shadows on the beach, they won't show up because you've got it in lighten mode. So in normal mode, if you want to blend some of those elements in that were darker, that you can't have it in lighten mode, and so you paint some of that stuff in with a white brush after you've introduced a black layer mask. Alright, so let's say if you, for argument's sake, you didn't want that pink stuff in the sky and you just wanted the blue sky, you would need to use a normal blend mode version because lighten would only include the stuff that was brighter. So you can have 2 different looks entirely, and that's basically it. After I flatten all of that, I put it through my usual workflow to get the end result. So thank you once again for listening, and hopefully you can apply that to some future cityscapes.